going to take the Butterfinger. I don't think you can go wrong when you have the
He
Butterfinger.
said, "Whoa." That's going to be the title of this podcast right there. Is the Butterfinger being your 1-1 is crazy.
Well, Skittle, what's
You
wrong with the
go to Butterfingers next?
That's a terrible take.
No.
That's a terrible take by you.
That's what we're gonna. That's gonna be the title of this. The craziest 1-1 selection of all time. Hello and welcome back to Sideline Shenanigans for our third episode and a special one at that. This is our Halloween special where we will be drafting top 5 Halloween candies tonight. Okay. Starting off with our first topic today, we are going to get right into what happened this Saturday night, which is terrible. It is on a Saturday night. The Michigan State football game. Really was not a great football game to watch.
I'll tell you what. Quarterback play, not good this weekend there. There was not good quarterback play. Neither one of them looked all that good. I mean, Childs had a good drive.
He had a good drive, but would you say that some of those like plays that he had any amount of yards on were only from the receiver? And I'm not saying quick checkdowns, but I'm saying like he got bailed out on a few of those.
Yeah, he got bailed out on a few of those, but also, if I don't know if you remember this, but it was Nick Marsh. He threw it to him, clear first down. He runs back behind the line to gain, and then got the first down again, and then ran back again. And was short of the first down.
I'm sick of guys doing that. Like you're only going to get so much
at that point. Just get the first down.
You can only get so much more. If this cut is going to make sure that you get another 15 yards at minimum, then don't do it.
If it's going to get you 2-3 yards, it's not worth potentially losing the first down.
Not at all. It's terrible.
No, I will say, though, Michigan's run game looked really good. It was a little slow to start the game. The first drive looked pretty good. And then
it was mainly for the first half.
First quarter, really, they looked good. Second quarter, they looked terrible. They could not do anything. And then Michigan State, I was getting a little worried because the Michigan State started to look really good in that second quarter.
That's when we scored our first.
Yeah, because I think
touchdown,
it was
that was the drive. That was the only drive that was good.
Right. Was it a 10-7 game then at that point?
I believe so, because you guys kicked a field goal on the first drive.
Right. And then a touchdown in the first quarter. Touchdown. Yeah. Second half, though, I mean, Michigan kind of, especially that fourth quarter, Michigan just kind of let it eat in the ground. And that's why they won the game, was just good defense, but mostly the run game. I still think that backfield is a top 5 backfield in college football. I mean, when you have two guys that can run for 100 yards on any given Saturday, it's going to help you out. And I think that's, if they do beat Ohio State, which I don't think they will this year, they could, because, I mean, they beat Ohio State last year, who won the Natty and had 80 passing yards, something like that. But
which is true, because Underwood's not really passing against. He is really handing the ball off, and it is a great idea if it's working. But if Ohio State stops it, I don't think that they have a chance.
Yeah,
this year.
No, but I don't think Ohio State's run D is all that good. I've watched a couple of games. They look all right on the run D. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think it should be a good game. I think. I don't know what the spread would be, but I'd probably take Michigan on the points, but Ohio State to win. If I were,
you're gonna say Michigan to cover the spread?
I think Michigan covers. Yeah. I would like to see how Bryce can throw the ball against Purdue and Northwestern in the next 2 weeks. I think those are games that they should just let it eat.
They should.
He still is young and is a freshman and needs to get more experience throwing the ball, which I understand Michigan's always been a run-heavy offense, but he still needs to be able to throw the ball. And I think letting those 2 games, just letting him eat, could be beneficial just for his growth in general.
Because what we do see is if Michigan will fall behind, if they go down by at least 10, then they're going to have to start throwing the ball a little bit more. And if one thing leads to another, then it could be really bad. Before we get into Childs here, we do got to put a hand up. We do got to put a hand up for last week's episode. We thought it sounded clear and great. We're putting a hand up.
That's on us.
Okay. We thought it sounded great.
Hey, but you know what? Trial and error. We adjusted.
Yeah.
We're coming back better.
No, we bought better mics. We're good.
We're good now. Yeah. Hey, that's on us.
But when we're getting into Childs here, is I think I'm out on Childs now. It was cool to have one of those quarterbacks that can get out of the pocket, but that's never been Michigan State's game. Even when he is able to extend those plays, he doesn't know when to do it, when the right time is.
That's fair.
He'll stay in the pocket at like the worst times, and he doesn't have like a feel for the game. He doesn't have touch on his passes.
The clock isn't great.
No, and it's okay. Because he's gonna go with Jonathan Smith, I think. If we fire Jonathan Smith,
they better.
To me, if they did not fire him after the Michigan game, they're gonna wait till the end of the season.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't have done it last week against Indiana because like it doesn't matter. But a loss to Michigan with so many bad calls, I mean, so many. We had 2 chances to kick a field goal, and then if we get another stop, which we were getting a few stops, it's like the defense was actually playing pretty well for Michigan State. And if they get one more stop, a touchdown is away from winning that thing because then Michigan doesn't touch the ball. Or at least you're forcing Bryce to pass the ball and get downfield in under probably a minute.
I will say, Michigan State's secondary looked pretty good that game. I was surprised.
Shocked me. Their secondary sucks. So the run game is our defense is pretty good there, but our secondary is just bad, man. Usually they get burnt by. I mean, they're bad, but they held their own. I didn't think Michigan receivers. I mean, they weren't passing a ton, but
I mean, I think there's probably 2 or 3 plays. It was like probably should have had that one from both, whether it was because of a bad throw, or like slight overthrow or underthrow, or just like a tougher catch to make, but still probably should come down with it type of like a jump ball type of catch that they should have came down with. Maybe 2 or 3 of those, but other than that, I was like, wow, these DBs are actually kind of locking them up pretty well.
Yeah. I will say that was a Big Ten officiated game for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There is the one that was not called on Marsh where he was hit.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad.
That one was pretty bad.
I mean, I remember looking at my TV and then looking over to who I was watching it with. I was like,
yeah. And then the after the play, the personal foul on Michigan State, or I don't know if it was unnecessary roughness, but he was. Yes, he was pulled down into the pile by the Michigan player,
honest,
and you can see.
Like I remember it happening. So, I don't remember like
I kind of turned my head away after the touchdown. Oh well, and then all of a sudden there's a flag, but then when you watch it in slow mo, a Michigan player drags him down, and the way his body falls, it looks like he like comes on top of him extra hard with his hands, and it was definitely a Big Ten officiated game because.
How did you feel about the offsides on Michigan State's defense?
That's what turned the game. I mean, from that point on, it was over.
Do you think that it was like in real time? Do you think that was a terrible call, like by the officials, just because think about from their perspective of like obviously in the replay, he looked like he was on sides, but I started thinking about it. I was like, I understand why the officials called it an offsides, because yes, he was like a step behind the line, but he just had such a good jump on the ball. It looked like
and we don't do it often, so that doesn't help.
Right.
But the thing is, you can throw the flag and it can always be picked up.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's the officiating is you need to do it the right way. It's the same way, not to get into Michigan State basketball here, but it's just a reference I go to here. Is a few years back when Cassius, I think it was Tillman gets the block. I think it was Tillman gets the block. Pass it up to Cassius. Juwan Howard gets the tech. And then Cassius goes up to shoot it. But they had already given him the tech when Michigan State had the ball. And it's like, you got to wait, let the play finish out. Unless the team that is getting the penalty, the foul, the tech, whatever it may be, you got to let it finish out. I think they're trained to do that, but I do think they never do it the right way.
No, I
It's
mean,
never done the right way. Actually,
officiating in
I
all
feel like we
sports.
saw that in the tournament last year, in the
Yeah,
college basketball tournament. You can't, you gotta let the play go out. If the opposing coach from the team that has the ball gets attacked or something, or a player gets attacked, you let the play run out first. Ball is turned over, basket made, rebound, give them the tech, free throws in the ball.
I think officiating in all sports right now, in both levels, college and um, professional, are not the greatest right now. I just feel like when we were younger, they were so much better. I don't know if that's actually accurate or not, but it certainly feels that way. Um, but it just feels like there's a real problem with officiating at all levels of sports right now.
I think there is too, and it's scary to think because all the gambling and stuff going on inside sports. It's scary and it sucks. But I will say, college basketball. If you ever watch just a Big Ten game on a Wednesday night, Thursday night, whatever it may be, it will be the worst officiating game you've ever seen, and it will always. It's never one sided. It's just both sides. You can't play basketball. Like Big Ten refs are the worst. So, um, that being said, we're gonna get here to a little bit of fantasy football talk. How about how was your week?
Not good. I'll tell you what, not good.
What are we looking at? Are you on a 3-game losing streak right now?
4 game losing streak now.
4-game losing streak is tough to deal
Um,
with.
I mean,
Are you
I'm,
in the
I'm hitting.
playoffs? If the season ended today, are you in?
I think I maybe sneak into that 6 seed. Trying to pull up my fantasy here, but I can't find it. I'm I don't even know what to say with my team anymore. I don't know if I'm good. I don't know if I'm good. I have a lot of really good players, but it feels like anytime I also hit with the injury bug pretty bad this season again. But yeah, it sucks that I had pretty much no bench anymore because I used all of my bench to trade for Puka and who else did I trade for? Might have been just Puka, but
Is
um,
that going to be enough though? Now with Evans going down,
with Evans going down, it really sucks. I'll tell you what, it really sucks. Because now I got zero clue what to do.
for sure. I always have Jaden Reed for you when he comes back.
I have too many Packers players on my team right now.
Got Rashid Shaheed. He's actually not been that bad. Actually, he's playing like a 25th wide receiver, 29th. Depends how bad you're in need of wide receiver. I don't know what your positions look like. What are you in need of right
Wide
now?
receiver for sure. I mean, I got
And a run. Oh, you got
I
Gibbs.
got
You're with
RG3.
a 2 tight end look. That is tough.
Yeah,
That's tough.
that was a
But
bad
you still
week.
are you going to start Pearsall when he comes back?
Yeah, if he ever plays football again,
Yeah, yeah. So you'll have Gibbs come back, but are you going to go Cup? Who goes in first, Cup or Coleman?
probably Cup. It's gonna be maybe this week it'll be Coleman. Um, I think he's gonna have to get involved if the Bills want to beat the Chiefs.
I'm a little worried about that game because I want this 1 or 2 seed really bad because we are in a 10-man league that goes 6 teams make the playoffs, and right now currently I sit 6-2 and third place in the league, with the 1 and 2 teams having that game advantage over me for beating me. I have a 96% chance to make the playoffs, so I got to be coming really close to clinching, man. How many weeks are in the
I'm at
regular
about 21.
season? 21.
21.
Matt's at his last, I should say Joe Burr is at his last percentage.
I'll tell you what, it's a good 0-18.
It is. There is holes. Like if you look into my team right now, my hole is really Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah.
Like that's the one to have. And I should start Montgomery. I'm going to start Montgomery next week over Aaron Jones. I just don't. I'm a little worried with JJ. I might try to trade Aaron Jones. See if there's another running back, another flex spot really I could get for him, because then I could always move Javonte up and have another flex. But as of right now, I'm running a 3 running back look, which I'm completely fine with because I have James Cook and Javonte, and Montgomery's doing just fine on the year.
He's a great flex option. Really,
he is, especially with a two flex league. He's really good. I could have started Chuba over Aaron Jones. I don't know if they just weren't. I didn't watch the game. If they weren't just running the ball, I think that's what the issue was.
I don't think they were running the ball because even Jordan Mason only had like 1.5 fantasy points.
Yeah, he rushed the ball, I think, one time.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on in that game, but
I
that's why I don't. I love the Montgomery start this week because Minnesota run defense is middle of the way.
Yeah, I think Gibbs and Monty have himself a game this week.
I think the division rival, it just means more too.
Yeah,
just means more. So
for sure,
that would be big for me. Like I said, I'm trying to clinch this spot. You got to get on a roll here. You got to stack a couple wins to get in.
Yeah, I know. Who am I playing this week? Great, playing just Jake Bates this week, who's 6-2, top of the league.
I thought I played just Jake Bates.
I think you just played him. You play Malik Loves.
I thought was Malik loves his neighbors. Was that Jake Bates? He had a Jake Bates name last year.
I believe no.
Because I swear that was him.
Tell you what,
I do remember it being Brock now, but so I have the 3 seed in the playoffs right now, and I would be playing Malik Loves His Neighbors.
Tell you what, I really, 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 really need Puka, Josh Jacobs, and Jahmyr Gibbs to have themselves tonight.
You know who else I'm forgetting about is I have Garrett Wilson, and I'm pretty sure he comes back after the bye.
Hey,
what the rumors.
Take one of your receivers if you're willing. I'll give you.
I will give you Garrett Wilson.
For what? Are we making a trade on the air?
On air, I would get. You want to trade offer currently?
Yeah, send an offer.
How good's your kicker? Oh, you got Cameron Dicker. It's a good kicker.
I got Dicker the kicker.
I could.
Who's your kicker?
I think Fairbarn, is that his name? He's a Houston kicker. He had a good game last week because they could drive down and then they couldn't score. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good game. He went 4 for 4.
To be completely honest, Reese, I would not give up Garrett Wilson for anyone besides your running backs.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like I can't get rid
trade
of
value
Jacobs or Puka, but like those are the only ones that.
And I wouldn't offer for Puka unless I was giving him more too, but I'm not giving him more. I'd give you Garrett Wilson, Aaron Jones for Puka, and probably Shaheed. But I'm not doing that because I want Garrett Wilson and I need Shaheed as a backup. So I'm just not doing that.
I should trade one of Gibbs or Jacobs for a haul of like another higher tier running back plus another startable receiver.
Not going to say what you should or shouldn't do, but I do think that is a good idea. But I don't have the haul to give you. I really don't. I mean, not as one of you're looking for. I need to get rid of Higgins, I think. Well, no, because this Flacco thing wasn't bad.
If
but
if he,
yeah,
really fine.
But Dobbs has really not been a bad option to start.
No, he definitely.
The last 3 weeks he's had, last 4 weeks, not including the bye, he's at 29, 10, 13, and 9. And that's just not terrible. Like if I see double
That's
digits from
startable.
if I
That's
see double
startable
digits from my whole, I'm gonna take that.
for sure.
Um,
For sure.
but like this week, like I said, I'll start Monty. That'll be a great week. How about Tucker Kraft, man? The guy is just working at tight end. He's
He's
not quite
balling.
Ferguson.
He's balling.
But that is the one thing that I don't like. The thing, the Packers do spread the ball well. They spread it pretty well. Um, but that means there's not going to be a certain like Kraft, like he got all those targets of his national tight end day, but they're not going to give Kraft a ton of targets or Dobbs a ton of targets because they're spreading the ball so well.
Right.
So that's the only thing that scares me at Dobbs is he can easily just have 0 points.
Yeah, that's the risk of playing those Packers receivers. There's no true wide receiver one over there, so they just kind of throw it to someone new every day.
Well, they do have a good amount of receivers.
They're the team with a ton of wide receiver twos and threes. They have more wide receiver twos and threes than anyone else.
And it works well. And Jaden Reed, he's a wide receiver one on a lot of teams when healthy, but he does struggle to stay healthy, and it's weird because like I state, he was not like this, but you get to NFL, it's a whole different level. He's struggling to stay healthy.
Hey, how about the Broncos?
The Broncos look good. The defense looked really good, and that just goes to show how good Jackson Dart really is this year.
I said Broncos, not Giants.
I know. I said that just shows how good Jackson Dart is this year because he tore apart the Denver defense.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, I saw the stat. Broncos just beat the Cowboys yesterday. The Cowboys have not beat the Broncos since 1995.
It was 90 or 85, but it was like 11,000 days.
Yeah, it's like it's ridiculous.
Crazy.
It doesn't matter who the quarterback is either. Like, I mean, Bo Nix had himself a good game too. 19 for 29, 247 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Bo Nix is really good too. I would love if he spread the ball out more to Cortland Sutton, which he seems to do. Cortland Sutton seems to get like any range from 10 to 14 points. It seems like. What is he averaging right now? He's averaging 13.8. He's doing great. He's a great guy. He's really consistent.
He is consistent.
Last week they kept throwing it to, I think it was Franklin.
Yeah, Troy Franklin.
He had 2 touchdowns.
6 for 89 and 2 touchdowns.
Funny, I thought about picking him up. I wasn't going to start him anyway. But with this Jordan Addison, man, we'll be going to our team here. We have got to trade him now.
We do have to trade him.
He has been balling out. But to think he's gonna stay balling out, I'm not gonna say who we should trade him to, but there's a trade partner that might be interested that's we usually trade with. And I think we should try to trade him there. And I would say another wide receiver because with just one flex, I prefer that wide receiver option.
Yeah. Unless it's a top tier running back.
And the thing is, we have Garrett Wilson there still. So it really could be either position. Because we have Kupp as a backup wide receiver, but this is for the flex spot, so this can be anyone. So now we had a little bit of a false report last week, and this is on the organization with the Lamar Jackson injury.
Yeah, I thought he was playing.
He was expected. He was full on Friday, but what was left out of the report is he was taking snaps with scout team. He was not with the first string out there.
Okay.
Now he is expected to play. Harbaugh did say that.
I also did see that they probably just didn't want him to play Sunday and then have another short turnaround.
The short week.
Which makes total sense, especially because if you feel like you still can beat the Bears without him.
And if that was a last second thought before putting it into the report, it's an honest mistake, but it is a mistake nonetheless.
Yeah. personally, the only thing I would have done if I were the Ravens, with all my ball knowledge that I have, I would have listed Lamar as healthy, and just said we're still going to start. Would they start Huntley? Just in case something were to happen injury wise, or you need Lamar to win you this game or something.
Lamar would be quarterback 2 in that case because
Right.
I think Cooper Rush. I mean, just trade him.
Yeah,
Just trade him.
or just cut him. He's not.
I'm sure. If he has any value, you might get something, but just try to trade him. I hate to say it, but Derrick Henry is he's losing it a little bit. He did have a couple of touchdowns. He can find the hole still. He's good at it, but he looks a little bit slower. I know last year he was 2 behind Gibbs, I believe, with sprint speed.
Yeah.
And he's still strong. I think the early fumbles, I think that's gone. I think those are gone. But Keaton Mitchell really showing up for the Ravens this week, having some big runs, and they don't really give the ball to Justice Hill. He's kind of just out there blocking. Do they need him, do you think?
No. I mean, Derrick Henry's still a workhorse back. No, I'd say no.
I think the only reason is he is the best pass rusher or pass block option. And they really don't throw the ball to Derrick Henry. It's just not his game.
No, it's never been his game.
No. But I would like to see him get involved in that a little bit more.
I feel like he should be. He feels like one of those guys that would be really good as a pass catcher.
He's a good passer.
What does he have, 3 touchdowns in his career?
Speaking of 3 touchdowns, I'm going to get into one of my other leagues here, is Breece Hall, who hadn't had a touchdown all year, going for 3 touchdowns and then passing for 1.
He had 4 total?
To win the game. No, 3 total.
Okay.
The third one was the passing. To win the game against the terrible, terrible Bengals team that they are. And you love to see it. It's great to see a collapse like that. The Bengals, I hate them so much. The Browns are just so irrelevant. I don't even care. And the Steelers, those were the worst jerseys I have ever seen.
They're disgusting.
The helmet and the jersey didn't even match. They were not the same color.
The helmet wasn't bad. I didn't hate the helmet.
No, but
the back of the jersey wasn't even bad either.
What made it bad?
It was the front of that jersey. Oh my god, it was hideous.
But what made it bad is the helmet and the jersey don't match. They got to match. They got to look the same or match in some sort of way. They were two different. They were 2 different yellows. You can't have that. It was they were miserable. As a total, they were miserable. I think the helmet was kind of cool, and I love a matte helmet. I really do.
Yeah, you cannot go.
I love a matte anything. I love the matte. This matte in general, it's great. So now we are going to go with the Lamar Jackson start this week because it is official.
Yeah.
Via Harbaugh.
Who are the Ravens playing this week?
They play Miami, so that's a 24th ranked team against quarterbacks.
He could have himself a day.
He could have himself a day. We do got to go out and get ourselves a kicker, and this is what we really need to talk about: is do we put like Godwin on IR
if he's
just to pick up?
If we can put him on IR, then I say yes, because I don't want to have to get rid of the clock.
Or even another player on our bench, because honestly, it would be Chubb.
It would be Chubb, but I feel like we need to have him.
Yes.
Because he's the only other RB option we have that's playable.
Actually, I'm putting in a thing for Tyrone Tracy.
A waiver?
Yeah. Because we have to.
Let me see if I can put Godwin on the IR right now. We can put.
I just did.
On the IR right now.
Yeah. My bad. Let's start looking at. How about Josh Downs for us though?
Tell you what,
it was kind of a clutch touchdown.
Did he have 2?
It really was.
He had 2.
I think he had 1.
Yeah, he did just have 1.
But it was a big one. It was a big one. We needed it. It kind of set the tone and kind of flipped the script. We fine with 3 adding Tyler Loop playing as the 15th best kicker playing against Miami? that's just for 1 week because I will take Chase all day.
Yeah, for sure. Little new idea or segment I kind of have here. I didn't realize that the trade deadline was this week. Or this is the last week that they can make trades up until next Tuesday. Tuesday's the deadline. Is there any trades that you think should happen?
Certain players
that you'd like to see move on from the current team that they're at, or
I wouldn't mind. I don't think he will because he wants to be in Las Vegas. Is Max Crosby?
Max Crosby's got to get out of there. I respect the loyalty, but he's got to get out of there. They got
he's got to, but I don't think he will. Honestly, if he does, I lose a little bit of respect, but I understand. But he's been there for so long, so it's like,
and he did.
I understand. It wasn't like he was there for 2-3 years and then dipped. But he's been there long enough where I lose a little bit of respect, but yeah, for sure, he deserves it. But on the other side of things is if he stays, that is just so much better.
Do you think Breece Hall gets moved? He's been.
You know who I'd like to see Breece Hall get is actually a few teams. You know who I want to see get moved is Kenneth Walker because they don't value him at all there. He is the better running back of the two. Charbonnet, he's a solid running back, but he is not the running back one. No one finds the end zone better than Kenneth Walker. And they just don't give him the option to. So I'd like to see him on a new team. I don't know who.
I don't think that's going to happen, though.
No, but I could see him, like, Aaron Jones is nearing the end of his career. Jordan Mason's not good. I wouldn't mind seeing him go to Minnesota. Plus, they just pass the ball over there, and he's never been involved in the pass catch game. But Breece Hall, yeah, he needs out of there.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in with the Patriots because
wouldn't be bad.
Travion Henderson hasn't really done much at all this year, and so it's kind of just been like the Ramondre Stevenson running back show. And he's an okay pass catcher, but he's not the best running back. He's not a bad running back by any means. So he's not he's never going to be top 12.
Breece Hall is one of the best pass catchers.
Right.
Devon Achane as well.
Right.
Devon Achane's been wonderful for me. Yeah, I don't really know a ton of names to get moved at the deadline. It doesn't really seem
the Lions go after
like the NFL doesn't. There's not as many trades.
No,
it's more if it's off-season trades or
it's a lot harder to go to a team midway through the season.
Yeah. Yeah, way. It's way different. It's
not like basketball or baseball where you can just play the game.
Yeah, right. Last football talk here before we get into Detroit sports here. Or do you want to go to the draft next? That'd be up to you.
Sports first. Well,
Detroit sports
a little bit, and then we'll switch it up a little bit after that.
Bob does sports 30,000 plus odds parlay, and it just needed Romeo Doubs to hit. Man, anytime touchdown. I don't know all what was in it. I remember there was other things showing. It was I remember one of them was Chase Brown's second touchdown. He would have been the second touchdown of the game, which hit. And it came down to Sunday Night Football. Romeo Doubs.
He would get the.
This should have been a Tucker Kraft touchdown, man. And I'll tell you why. Because it's hindsight, but it's National Tight End Day. Toss him in there. It was free. They were going to give him the ball. You knew it was happening. And Pittsburgh, their tight end ranking for defense is terrible. It's like 26, I think. It's not good. So that didn't help. It was a bad leg. Not a terrible leg because he scores, but
he should have cashed.
The cash out was at 17,000. You put $300 on that, and you're waiting on a Dobbs touchdown. Are you cashing?
It's so hard.
17K or 90K, and honestly,
that's such a large difference.
It is such a large difference, but it's a large difference from 319,000 or 17,000 as well.
I'd probably have to cash that. But
I
that
think I'd
would be
have to cash. It's not like he was waiting on a Jonathan Taylor
right,
touchdown or something
or
like that.
Christian McCaffrey, or
But then again, the payout would have been better.
for sure.
It was a tough watch, and then the real kicker was Romeo Dobbs 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that would make me so sad.
It would really hurt to watch. I feel for Bob. It was a really good parlay. It was a fun run. It's fun to be in that live stream. It was very tough to watch. So okay, get a little bit of Detroit sports talk here. What do we think the Red Wings are in need of right now?
Um, I would say more defensemen. Um, they've been playing pretty well defensively. Um, much better than last year, at least. But
For sure.
I feel like
Last year was bad.
we've been putting the puck in the back of the net a lot. So there's not I don't think they have a problem scoring a
Yeah,
lot
and
this year.
Finney's been great. We get
Our young guys
is
have
Kane
stepped up a
back?
lot this year. I think he should be back. He should be back.
I did not. Well, when was the last time we played?
Saturday.
Saturday was the last time we played. He was supposed to be back Saturday, but I don't
I don't
remember
remember him
seeing
playing
him.
at all.
Either do I, but he's got to be back soon. I think he was expected Saturday. Doesn't mean he played. I wouldn't mind seeing another forward get brought to the team. Like if you can get out another goal scorer,
That
that'd
would
be
be nice.
nice. It would help
Hopefully,
because our second power play is not good.
no. Hopefully, DeBrincat steps it back up.
Hopefully that goal helped.
Hopefully that goal is kind of just the kickstart, and it's like, okay, now it's go time. Because I feel like once the first one falls, it's a lot easier to get that second, third, fourth one to fall.
Yeah.
So
Are you
that,
are you a little worried about Cider right now?
no, I don't. I'm not worried about him.
I think his defense needs a little bit
For sure,
a step up.
Sure. He's certainly an offensive defenseman, but I'm not worried.
He's not playing that.
No, it's still early.
He's
enough.
kind of lost in no man's land right now. I'm not sold out on him, but last year I did realize he's not a good defenseman.
No, I think it's still early enough in his career and the season that you can make assumptions on the year, but also still be super optimistic because I mean, they're what 10 games in roughly.
Yeah, just about.
Yes, I mean they're only an eighth of the way done with the season, so it's.
And I do think Edvinson is better. I know that we just sent down one of I don't know if it was one of our 20-year-olds that we had start the season with, but we did just send someone down. I don't know if maybe that was to make room for Kane to come back. Maybe it was. Because this was after, I think I saw this Sunday. So Kane didn't play Saturday, did he? Did you just look that up?
I don't think so. I looked it up. I didn't really get a ton of information on it.
Let me take a little peek here. I have it on Saturday. The Wings, great comeback win against.
I mean, that's one of the better comebacks I've ever seen.
They did not. He did not play.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so.
I don't know who we sent down. If it was Bernard Docker or if it was Nygaard. I think it might have been him.
You think they win tonight? Another game against.
Who we got tonight? Oh, on the road. See, the Blues are pretty solid. I think the Blues are probably favored this game, especially being at home.
They are not favored.
Blues are not favored.
Even money line. The spreads in hockey are stupid. The Wings are -1.5.
Okay. What's their money line?
Both -110.
So, yeah.
Do you think it's too early? I think they're competitive.
The Wings?
Yeah.
They're not competitive.
You don't think so?
They're not. We don't have goalies. They had a few games. They're going to have a few games. They're going to continue to do that, but they are never going to be consistent. We don't have a consistent goalie. We can play the best defense in the world. They're going to let some stupid goals in. They're going to let goals in no matter what. You gotta. They're the last line of defense, and they got to be able to make a save every now and then when you need them to. I don't know if they are able to do that. I think if our defense slips up, which is going to happen, and you can't expect the defense to be perfect all the time, I don't think our goalies have what it takes, and I think our next generation of goalies between Casa and Augustine, I think they need to be here soon because Gibson's working as our number one goalie, and that's scary. Lyon is kind of I think our forwards are getting it done. Our defense is fine enough. I'd like to see another body added defensively, and then maybe another forward, and then I could say we're competitive. But I wouldn't say we're anywhere near. I don't think we're top 10. I think we could be in the top 10 right now, but I don't think there's no way we consistently could be top 10. We're going to go on big losing streaks because goalies can't save anything, and that kills the offense.
Would you say top 15?
I'd say top 15, yeah.
You think they're a playoff team?
No.
You don't think they make the playoffs?
No.
You think they can make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they can. But that's not a confident yes at all. Their goalie play is just terrible. It's bad. And if we get down, we can come back, which they showed, but it is hard to do that. You can't expect them to do that. And our goalies do allow in some pretty bad goals. Like, they really only save like the easier shots is what you see. And it's a little concerning because I thought Lyon was off to a good start. Gibson had the first game of the year and he was bad. And then he came back and he was pretty nails. And then they were both doing good for a second, but I think we're starting to see their true colors now. I think that the beginning of the season hype is out of the way. So I think it's too early to say we're a competitive team. You can maybe put us in the top 10 right now if you want, but we won't be in the top 10 at the end of the season. Even if we make the playoffs, we're not a top 10 team. We'll get swept. And we'll get smoked on away ice. We're not the best away team either.
No, we're good. We're good in LCA. They are. They're a good team at home. Below average on the road.
Yeah. And hockey is definitely a sport where you could feed off the energy from the crowd. And basketball should be too, but it's just not in the NBA. You'll see it in college basketball. It's just not in the NBA.
Well, speaking of NBA, if the Pistons truly do want to compete in the East, what do they need to add? Because, I mean, Ivy coming back will help them out a lot.
Ivy
shooting,
coming,
but also he hasn't played in pretty much a year now, so he's going to be a little rusty at first, and I think people are going to have to be patient with him for the first, couple weeks that he's back.
We need a ball handler,
but I think they need a stretch four. They need a bigger guy that can shoot the rock, and then they also just need someone else that can really shoot the rock. Like they need Malik Beasley.
They do, but we need a superstar that can go out there and drop 40 or 50. We don't have that. We like I'd like to see like a big time name. Like I don't know what LaMelo Ball contract is, but like he could go out there and he could give you 40 or 50. He's great. Charlotte's not competitive at all. Are they willing to trade him? Probably not. Maybe for picks. If you want to buy in, then you need to buy a lot. We saw nobody coming off the bench last night. Cade played terrible. Cade's not a good ball handler. He can get to the basket, and when he gets to the basket, he's normally pretty good. He was bad last night. His mid range is usually pretty solid. It wasn't there.
Overall,
doesn't have a 3 game
last night.
Yeah, but I'm in terms of how he plays, doesn't have a 3 ball. His mid range is pretty good. When he attacks, it's pretty solid. He's not a ball handler. He can create a little bit of space, but he's not a ball handler. You can tell when he goes to give it up, it's usually a turnover. I think last playoffs it was averaging 7 or 8 turnovers. It was up there. We need a ball handler for sure. I do think we need another big man as well. Um,
More of a center or more of a power forward type of big man?
more of a center because Stu plays that more of that power forward role, and he can be out there with Duran, and that's fine. I actually like when they're both out there, but that leaves Reed on the bench, and Reed is atrocious. Reed can't do anything.
No, I mean he can give you a good game every now and then, but there's a reason why he's the third string center in the Pistons.
Yeah, it's honestly Duran's 6'10". That's our big.
Which
We
it's not like it's a terrible thing, but in this NBA right now, I
A
mean,
6'10" is a shooter. A
there's
6'10"
some
is a
there's some
shooter.
lineups out there that their smallest guy is 6'8".
Yeah. The thing is, Duran can't shoot.
Right.
6'10" is a shooter now.
Which if he can't shoot, that's fine as long as he can play inside, which he's done a good job this year because he's pretty athletic, but I do think he needs to be better at perimeter defense, just because there are so many big men that can shoot now. If he can step up his perimeter D and then just continue to get marginally better offensively and rebounding, he can easily be the best player on the Pistons.
Yeah. And I think he is very good. He can catch a lob for you really nice.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's fun to watch.
But we're struggling at getting to the basket. We added Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson puts the ball down on the floor, dribbles it once, and passes it. He's useless. He can't bring up the ball. We have Jenkins bringing up the ball, who I'm not sure where he came from.
Still not sure who you're talking about.
He's our backup point. He comes in for Cade.
Where's Sasser?
He's hurt too, but he's all right. He didn't do anything in the summer either. Holland, he can't bring up the ball either. We don't have anyone that can bring up the ball. We don't. And even when Ivy comes back, he's not going to be on the floor for 48 minutes.
Right. But he's definitely the best ball handler on that team.
Yeah, he is. I think he'll help
Purdue,
Cade
right?
a lot, but we don't have a shooter. Duncan Robinson struggles at getting open. He's getting bullied yesterday. They made one switch and he was getting bullied. Purdue.
What
Yeah.
who did he play with at Purdue?
Edie, I think for 1 year.
Was that his senior year that he played with Edie then? Ivy senior year?
Yeah, and it would have been Edie's freshman.
Okay.
So I don't think Edie was starting at the time. He might have been at the end of the year, but he wasn't starting early.
Who's the other big man that came out of Purdue recently? Was it Garza or was he Iowa?
Garza was Iowa, and he plays, I think, for.
He is on the Celtics.
Is he on the Celtics now? He was on. I think he was on Minnesota the year before.
I'm pretty sure he's on the Celtics because I just watched the game that the Pistons played. I want to say it was the Celtics that I saw him play. I don't know. It had to have been the Celtics.
I remember seeing him in the pre. Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing him on the same team as Tillman.
Speaking of the Celtics, they're nothing without Jason Tatum. I didn't realize how big of an impact Tatum has on that team.
Tatum is an MVP caliber player.
He's easy to clown on because he's corny and all, but
he makes Jaylen Brown that much better too.
Yeah, and
so I mean, offenses do need a certain player, but like Jaylen Brown's a great shooter, but that's their go-to guy. That's right now, and that's who's going to get locked up.
Right.
I'm sure they miss Marcus Smart. I mean, maybe not nowadays, but he was always nice to have around for them. Peyton Pritchard's just kind of undersized, so it's looked down at a lot. And it really that does not help against a bigger lineup, which is most teams. Hopefully Tatum's back soon. He is fun to watch. He's one of the best. He's a top 7 player in the NBA, top 5. Would love to have him. Okay. Want to do a quick last little food or quick last little sport thing here before we get into food debates and food talk. Is ranking the hardest championships to win in sports of the. We'll say we will count. We'll call six. We'll say 6 sports.
The 4
And
main
we'll
ones,
include,
a golf major.
no, we'll call it 7 then. We'll call it 7 because I was thinking golf major, and then college football and college basketball. So who would you say here? What is your number 1? Or do you want to start backwards? Okay. Well, we'll each give our 7.
So the 4 major, I think Super Bowl is the hardest to win because it's one game. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Of the 4 major, I do think Super Bowl is the hardest because it's a one game. It's short seasons, a lot more stress on the body than the rest of the sports.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
You wouldn't say hockey? They play 82 games. They're playing every other night. And
I do think football is more stress on the body than hockey is. I do think the gap is smaller than what most people do think. But I played hockey for forever, and yes, it's tough on the body, but it's also not. I also never played super high level hockey either, so it's take this with a grain of salt. But I think it's all relative. I'd say.
What I'm thinking also is the travel.
Yeah, the travel,
the practicing every day, the travel. Definitely the level of play too that you mentioned, but the travel is just so much more. You're traveling so much more than you do in football. You leave for 41 games.
Yeah,
you're in different time zones. I don't know. I think it has more wear on the body, and then to go into playoffs and then have to win a 7-game series every time.
Yeah, but then also just playing counter argument there, it makes it you can have a bad game and still win the series. Where if you have a bad game in football, you're
still win.
Your season's
over.
You
can still win though.
You could, but you could say
you have a bad game in hockey, you're not going to win.
You could say that about any sport though.
I think the easiest game to have a bad game in is football, and then win. You have a bad first 5 holes in golf, you're pretty much screwed.
I'm not saying that. I'm going to put golf major at number 1 though. I think I can confidently say that one. You're all by yourself on an island there. You play 4 rounds of golf, and you have to beat 100 people in the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure of the major, and I think that's number 1.
So I'm gonna put for number 7. I'm gonna put the college football national championship.
I put NBA at number 7.
That's my number 6. See, I think you can get a home game in the playoffs. You can also very easily get a bye. You can listen. You could play a bunch of nobodies all year, like Ohio State. That's basically they played Texas, but Texas isn't great. But even if they wanted to, they could have played they didn't have to play Texas. They could have played nobody. You make your own schedule essentially. But I do think it is easier to have a good record and get into the playoffs. And then playoffs are 3 games if you get a bye. I believe it's 12 teams, 12 to 8 to 4 to 2, and there's less games in the season.
I have my list.
Okay, go ahead.
From 7 to 1. I'm going NBA, college football. This one I struggle. The next 2 I struggle with. I think they're really interchangeable: college basketball and MLB. Just because college basketball, there's so many teams and it's single elimination.
Yeah.
But again, MLB, it's a 3-game series, 5-game series, 7-7. So it's tough. Those 2 are interchangeable. MLB at 5-4, and college basketball at 5, but 4/5. I'd put those. And then I'm going NHL, NFL, and golf major being the hardest.
For me, I'm going ahead. I'm putting college football at 7. I think there's a shorter amount of games. You're not traveling as far, unless you're in the Big Ten and have to go play out on the West Coast.
Right.
But no, you're not traveling as far. less
And
games.
if you're one of the top 4 teams, you have the major advantage over the other teams.
Yeah. I put them at 7. I put NBA at 6. I do think the series, each series being 7 games long, and then or having the play in, puts that just that's very close, that edge. But with that being said, you could also counter it with, the star players don't play all year. They take business. What do they call it when they just sit out? What do you know what they call it when they just sit out?
When they just sit out?
Yeah, NBA player, because it happens quite often. It's called. There's a technical term for it. It's like, but like they just sit out because they want a day off. So I guess you could counter it with that. But I do think the playoffs are harder. If we're going into number 5 here, right? Yeah, because we're at 7. 5 is kind of tough for me. It's 5 and 4, super close as well. But 5, I put MLB. I think if those were 7 games long each, besides the wild card, it would make, so if the ALDS or NLDS was 7 games, I would put this over college basketball. But college basketball is, it's harder. You play one game, and then you play 2 days later, and then it's a week off if you move on. So then it's like a whole new, it's a reset. You're out of the groove again. You're playing in arenas you don't play in during the season. And what a lot of people don't take it in count too is it's harder to shoot in a bigger arena than it is your normal size arena. So that makes it a lot harder. So that I'd put college basketball for. It's a big tournament. Single elimination. It's just a tale of two halves. It's 40 minutes. So I put that at 4. Number 3, I'm gonna put the NFL playoffs. The Super Bowl is the hardest championship to win. I just don't think the one games with such little amount of playoffs, it's hard to say this team is the better team. You could say they were the better team today, but in a 7-game series, you know who the better team is. First one game. I think that's what makes other sports so much different than football. Number 2, I'll go number 1 here. Number 1 for me is also, I don't think it's close. You are on an island alone. It is winning a major, and some could say it's just really majority tournaments. It might not just even be a major. I mean, you have a caddy out there. Yeah, for sure. It's so, there's so much more on the line.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is trying to play their best golf that week.
Yeah,
all of the best guys are definitely at those tournaments. Yeah, I think it's clearly a golf major.
It's like the courses they play are just so tough, and out of all of them, would it be crazy to say? So what are the 4 majors here? We have
the U.S. Open, the Open, Masters, and
the Players.
No, PGA Championship.
That's not the FedEx Cup one, is it? That's the, what is that? What is the final tournament
called? I think FedEx Championship.
FedEx Cup Championship, yeah. So the Players Championship is hard. But out of those 4 courses there, would it be crazy to say that Augusta is the easiest? There's a lot less trouble there.
The other 3 rotate courses every couple of years.
Yeah, but they're always a harder course. You think about it. We have Oakmont, which is definitely, if you can't say that Oakmont is hard. What other terms we said? So the Open is that one's the Open, or no, that's the U.S. Open.
There's 2, the Open and the U.S. Open. The Open is also the British Open.
But which one is the British Open and the Open?
That's the same tournament. It's just called two different things.
Okay. I guess you could say it could be the Open because they do play on a lot of link style courses. So there's also a lot less trouble there too. But you got to take in the wind is just way, way crazier. The greens are way bigger than the greens at Augusta. I think the greens might. I can't say that the greens would be harder, but these guys are sticking it a little bit closer than we are, so it would be tougher for us to play at a course in Scotland or England, Ireland, wherever they may be. I think it'd be harder for us to play on those because we'd be hitting a part of the green that's just so far away. But I would say probably Augusta's greens are harder. It's close to say, but I think the playing the win factor, I'd rather play Augusta and have a chance to win than play any courses, really, especially in Ireland. And then the PGA Championship is that Quail Hollow, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's where it was this year.
Let me look this up here. So if we if we look at a couple of these courses here, we have so it was at Quail Hollow this year. That course is not that course is harder than Augusta is. I do think Augusta would be the second hardest championship to win. Just with that's everyone's tournament to win. But
it's the staple.
Yeah. I think the other courses are harder to win at. But I think that is the harder championship mentally to win.
Yeah. Just because
which would be leaving me NHL at 2. 7-game series, you have to win four series.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
4 7-game series is tough to win. You're traveling a ton.
A lot of games.
Yeah. And while we're on the topic, one of the things I'm selling is the way that I don't know. I can't really remember if the NHL playoffs are like this, but the NBA playoffs is they have like 3 days off on a travel. It's so bad. I hate that. That's what it is, and the MLB, it's 1 day off, and we're back on.
Sometimes
even in the World Series,
just slip for the broadcast to separate like AL and NL, like in the DS.
Yes, and that's usually only early, like ALDS.
Yeah, it's only in the DS that they do it.
Yeah,
to try and separate the AL and NL games a little bit.
Oh, bad, and the NBA is just not helping themselves with trying to get viewership. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be one of my sells. Is I hate that. It needs to be fixed.
While we were just talking about golf, do you think Tiger will ever win another major? I'm gonna
go say no.
I don't think he will either. I don't know. I mean, he just can't stay
healthy. When healthy, he's not playing good golf anymore. Yeah. I don't think he can win another tournament. Noted, he won't play in another tournament that's not a major, which I don't think is helping him either. He's not playing in a tournament style golf, and I think it's idiotic. And I've thought this for a minute now: is he's not playing any other tournament golf. He's not playing competitive golf. He's golfing on his own. He's working hard, sure, but he's not doing what he needs to do. And I think that it's putting him at a disadvantage. My answer is no. I don't think he's got it in him anymore.
Do you prefer the flag stick in or out?
This is not a yes or no. I do not like it in or out. It depends where I'm at.
I agree.
If I have a 10-foot putt, I want it out.
Yeah, if I'm within 10, I'll take it out. But like if I'm a tap in, I'm just gonna leave it in. Just
tap in. Yeah, I'm leaving it in.
But if I'm deep, I want to keep it in. Maybe a 10 if I need it, but I'm probably keeping it in if
I prefer a 10 from a deeper spot. But if I'm working downhill, I'd like to have it in.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm working uphill, but I can still see the flag, and I'm not too far, if I'm 20 feet even, and I can still see the hole, I do want that out. But I think in majority, I would want it out.
Yeah,
I prefer it out.
yeah.
To get a simple answer out of there, I do prefer it out.
If we're not worrying about time or people behind us or anything like that, I'd probably take it out on 80% of my putts.
It does feel like the hole is bigger.
Yeah.
It's more of a mental thing.
Mm-hmm. When you're at the turn, what's your number one choice of food?
Man, I think it's just it is the hot dog.
Yeah, it's got to be the hot dog.
Some places go with the Polish sausage and it's good, if it's done right, or a brat. Never been a pretzel with cheese guy. Some places have it, some don't.
Not on a golf course. Not on
But
a golf course.
what I'm here for, and I wish I would have got I did get it a couple times last year, and I wish I would have got it a few more times. Is I'm in on the sandwich, like the deli sandwich, like summer. It's hot. Sometimes I don't want that hot dog. Sometimes I'm feeling the cool. Maybe like days that it's really hot, it would be better to have that. Have a little bit of bread in your system too, you know. Um, so, but I think the ideal is hot dog. We got to go with a bag of chips. If we're going bag of chips, the play is always. I don't know if I say always, but I think I go the Ruffles, the cheddar.
Miss Vicky's. Miss Vicky's.
Miss
jalapeno.
Vicky's is she's got a solid game, but she's not a starter. I go Doritos over Miss Vicky's.
Really?
She's got more variety, but she doesn't have the quality. She's got the quantity. She's doing good things over there, and that's good for her. But Miss Vicky's just doesn't have the chip compared to the Ruffles cheddar. That they're a superstar in a field of nobodies. There's not many other good Ruffles chips. There isn't. Doritos they got a good amount of quantity as well, but I think the quality of Miss Vicky's quantity is better than any kind of Dorito. But the Dorito nacho cheese is gonna sweep Miss Vicky's. Any chip sweeps it. And then of course you got to go with the Snickers.
Yeah, you have to get a Snickers or Reese's or something.
I think the Reese's is a bad play. I think it melts way too easy.
If it's not a super hot summer day.
Which when we're playing golf, I mean, we're considering it's hot. So I would say Snickers is better. It's also you're not touching it with your hands. You're not really touching the Snickers. You keep that in the wrapper. You're never really getting the chocolate on the hands. Some would say the Milky Way. I like the Milky Way. Some occasions I have to be craving it. I have to want it. I don't know if there's another chocolate bar you go to though. What I do say is one of the best snacks on the golf course though is some sort of trail mix. What is your ideal turn?
I'm also going with the dog. I'm gonna go with a bag of chips. I'm not always gonna go with the bag of chips. It's a pretty regular thing, but if I'm not going with a bag of chips, I'm 100% going with the Snickers. A Snickers is a almost every day type of option, but if I'm not having the biggest sweet tooth that day, might not go with the Snickers. But it's a pretty regular play, I'd say.
The Snickers really is. There is always something bought at the turn. If you don't get something at the turn, you're a psychopath. And you deserve jail time. And that's not okay. Actually, I was gonna say it's okay, but it's not okay. You stop and you make the turn. You make the turn. You get something. You get a snack. You get a goldfish. You get something at the turn. I don't care what you get. Even if it's just a lemonade, you get yourself a drink. And I tell you what, I'm sick of some of these courses not selling Arnold Palmers. I do think there is better Arizonas than the Arnold Palmer, but when I'm golfing, I want an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, you have to have an Arnold Palmer when you're on the links.
And some of these places that don't have it is crazy. Which going back to our home course is we do get the unsweetened tea with the pink lemonade is arguably better than a Arnold Palmer.
I've never tried it.
That needs to change. That's gonna change. It's very good. It is a little bit better. It's just because having that pink lemonade is just so much better. The pink lemonade's better than regular lemonade. Um, but it is that much better than It's not really close. So once you try it, you'll understand. It's on sweet and brisk with the pink lemonade, Minute Maid lemonade. Um, it's really good, but what takes a little bit out of it is that you are drinking it out of the straw, and you don't drink an Arnold Palmer out of a straw.
No.
So that's where it goes down.
Well, let's draft our Halloween candies. Get into that trick or treat mood.
We got
first pick last time.
Yes, I believe you did. And do we know who won last week?
I did not check.
Okay, so let them know what the other segment is while I look, see if, or I'll let them know what the other segment is, and then because we got 2 segments left here before we got to go.
With top Halloween candies, and then we're going to do a new segment called Keep 3, Cut 5.
I just said I was going to read it to him, and then you took my job.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Went ahead and took my job. I said
you read it. Hey,
I can't check it. I'm not logged into it right now.
That's on me.
You got to go. You got to take a peek. I did at first. Okay, so I'm not getting any more than here, but I did say it more recent. Yeah, there you go. So we are going to do a keep 3, cut 5, and these are blind rankings, so I don't know what they are. And honestly, I might want to cut all of them because some of the things that fans yell are just. We'll see what the answers are. But did you see who won?
I forgot to check, to be honest with you. But I had first pick last time, so I'll just take first pick this time. We'll go back and check that. Yeah.
Okay, make sure you guys vote on this in the poll below. We highly recommend that you listen on Spotify. It's a better way of listening, better production. If you want, go ahead and watch it on YouTube if you don't use Spotify. I would say, are you getting rated over there?
Yeah, get right into it.
I said, are you getting rated over there? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know what's going on. No, I'm not really sure what's going on. I didn't know you can hear that. The windows are closed too. Right. So.
Yeah. But we're getting right into it here. We are my number one option, and these are, by the way, because committee can come in here and say, "Hey, that's not a Halloween candy," and we're committee, so we're gonna have to agree. If we agree to disagree, then someone's got to vote on it in the comments. But my number one pick. So these are all fun size. We're thinking, okay,
yeah,
fun size guys.
Things you're getting at trick or treating.
Yes, trick or treat candies. My number one pick, and you let me know if we're counting these all just together. Is I'm going Skittles. I prefer the Wildberry Skittles. But so are we counting? There's only 2 of us. Are we just counting Skittles? Skittles in general, yeah.
I've only ever seen the normal original red pack and the
really
fun size.
Really, I seem to get more wild berries nowadays than.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen them before. No, Skittles was that was my first pick as well. I was
I think it's the best.
I mean,
the best of the best.
It might be the goat of all candies when it's said and done.
It might be the goat of Halloween trick or treat candies because if you think about it, man, you get like 2 of those packs. You're working your way to a full size.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's without having to have a full size. It's beautiful. It's a really good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really good for the game.
So do I get next 2 then, or are we just going 1, 1, 1, 1?
We do 1, 1, 1, 1. There's 2 of us.
I think I'm going to take the Butterfinger. I don't think you can go wrong when you have a Butterfinger.
He said what? Oh, and that's going to be the title of this podcast right there, is the Butterfinger being your 1-1 is crazy.
Well, Skittles was my 1-1, and then you took it. What's
you
wrong with
go to Butterfingers next?
That's a terrible take by you.
That's
a terrible take by you.
That's what we're gonna. That's gonna be the title of this video. The craziest 1-1 selection of all time.
1-1 selection.
I think that is one of the most atrocious picks. You're telling me that there's not better. You're choosing Butterfinger over some of these other ones that I'm not like that we're gonna name here.
Yes, I'm taking a Butterfinger over Snickers.
Oh my god. But there's other options that are better.
The Butterfingers.
I think there's one option that you could have went to that'd be worse, and that is the candy corn. And I know it's very rare. I haven't seen it in recent years, but I do remember when I was like when I was really young, it's like the pack of gummy bears, but it would be a pack of candy corn.
I don't mind the candy corn, but it's not a trick or treat candy. Not a trick or treat.
Not as much anymore, but it was. If I don't know how many times you got those. I used to get those
so often.
Different cities, man. I don't know what it is, but
I used to get those. What's your second pick?
My second pick I'm gonna go with is I think I'm gonna go with the Snickers bar. Tiny little Snickers.
I'm gonna go with the Reese's for pick 2.
Especially the pumpkin ones. The festive ones.
The festive ones are so good. They're so much better.
Man, they really are.
The peanut butter to chocolate ratio on those ones are significant.
It's so much better. It's not even close either. My third pick. I'm gonna go with the Starburst.
See, I mean,
love a good 2-pick, a Starburst.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Starburst. See, I could go a couple different ways here.
I think what's gonna set my squad here is gonna be my 5th pick. It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper. What is the third pick?
I'm gonna go with the little bag of Sour Patch Kids.
I don't think that's a bad pick at all. I'm just not the biggest Sour Patch Kid fan in the world.
It's just, I mean, it's a popular choice.
But for the pop, yeah, for the majority, that's a good pick. I can admit that's a good pick, even though I don't like it. But to say Butterfingers at 1.
No, you're right. You need to let us know in the comments here because Butterfingers are a top 2 chocolate candy.
Balls on this man to say that top 2 chocolate candy.
Top 2 chocolate candy.
We go ahead and get into my 4th pick here. After hearing one of the most diabolical things I have ever heard in my entire life. Oh my goodness. At the number 4, I'm going to take the Payday.
Okay. I mean, I don't love them. They're good.
But do you like peanuts? Really? Like, will you eat peanuts?
Yeah, I mean, a Payday's a solid choice. It's not my first choice. I would pretty much everything else that we listed above, I'm probably taking over them. But no, that's...
Of course, we got to give our honorable mentions that do not count towards our rankings, but we have to give them.
Yeah. My 4th one, I think I'm gonna go with the Milk Dud here. Like the Milk
Dud's a great option. The little cube,
yeah. The little box of Milk Duds.
Yeah, it's great. My final pick, and this one's a little bit more time consuming, but it's fine. Is the Tootsie Pop?
You know, I haven't had one of those in a minute.
You only get them
the sucker,
at
right?
Halloween time. Yeah. Which a Tootsie Roll is great too, but it doesn't get the job done quite like the sucker. You get that little bit of the fruity mix with the chocolate. It's good. And might I add, I think it's cherry, but the red wrapping is the best one.
My 5th pick, debating between 2 here, which I have a much more chocolate heavy list than I was expecting to be honest. I mean, not having Skittles on this really made me
between Skittles and Starburst. There's really Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, I mean, you could gummy bears are really good, but the little pack of them is not.
It's not as pleasing. No,
it's not as pleasing.
No, it doesn't get the job done.
No, it doesn't get the job done.
It's not an honorable mention either.
No, an honorable mention.
Take it, sure.
I'm gonna say an honorable mention before I say my 5th pick. The little box of Nerds. I really enjoy those things.
I can't eat straight up.
I can't have more than 1 box, but it's a good.
And you know what we can't count either. Well, I want to hear your 5th pick.
Can't
Yeah,
count the gummy clusters.
because they're so new into the game. It's not
I
fair.
haven't even seen like the little packs yet.
I have. They
No?
Willow's gotten them.
Okay.
But it's too young into the game. It's not starting yet.
No,
It's not a starter. It's still on its rookie contract. I mean, you can't.
Yeah. Well, I am gonna go with the Twix for my final pick. I personally like it more than the Kit Kat, which was what I was debating with. I think the Twix, just with the little caramel that it has in it, just elevates a little bit more than the Kit Kat. But I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them.
Yeah, and I do think it's pretty close. I think lately I've been enjoying the Twix more, especially the whole game of Twix. But if we're going Halloween candies, it's just the original Twix. But the more options that Twix has now it's good for the brand. Happy for them. Kit Kat does not have that. Kit
No,
Kat
I mean,
they change it to the orange or the green. It's
all the
cool.
same. All the
It's
same,
pleasing to look at, but it is just
it's all
chocolate.
the
So but Kit Kat's my honorable mention. So I wasn't sure if you were going to draft them. And between Twix and Kit Kat, one of those two were going to be my honorable mention.
My honorable mention. You see, I want to say like the little bag of Swedish fish, but kind of the same thing as the gummy bears. Like
it's just you get like 4 or 5 of them, and
it's just not as satisfying. So I think I'm gonna
not.
go with the little Laffy Taffies.
The little Laffy Taffies are great, and you know what's one is also kind of left out is the Airheads.
Yeah, I actually completely forgot about the Airheads.
Because the Airheads are great, and here's my thing on the Airheads. I don't want the long one. Okay, I don't ever want the long one. I want the bites first. I want the miniature second. I want the third one to be the sour strips, and then I go to the long ones. Still quality candy.
So just to recap the list here, let us know in the comments who won. Danny has honorable mention of Kit Kat, and then he took at 5 Tootsie Pop, Payday, Starburst, Snickers, and Skittles. I think Skittles was the clear 1-1 in this draft.
Yeah.
And then for myself, my honorable mention was the Laffy Taffy. I went with the Twix, Milk Duds, Sour Patch Kids, Reese's, and Butterfinger. Let us know who you think has the better list, and if taking Butterfinger 1-1 or 102 was really all that crazy.
Yeah, I think that is the 102 is crazy. You could have got that pick in the 5th round, knowing you did not know that. It's hindsight again.
To be fair, I didn't think that you undervalued the Butterfinger that much.
It's well deserved undervalue, might I add, because we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. But that is one of the worst candies. And if I see a Butterfinger in my basket when I'm trick or treating, I'm throwing it out. I don't want it. It's not good. It doesn't come to play. I think one of the most undervalued pick there was the Reese's, which definitely could have been the 102.
You see, I thought about going with that at the 102, but then kind of panicked when you took Skittles, so I didn't know which one to choose. And I knew I had a
Butterfinger. See, it's just crazy.
Snickers at 2.
Yeah, because I mean, Snickers is good in any form. I do think that was a crazy pick, and I cannot wait to hear some of the listeners' thoughts on that one. That is a crazy pick. I want to get. Do you have any buy or sells you thought of? Or
no, I don't have any this week.
Okay. I do want to for the thing I'm gonna buy this week. No, we'll get into this. Or, sorry, no, I'm gonna do this. The buy is the Brian Kelly firing. I love it. I hate him. Not even just as a coach. He's a terrible human. He doesn't care about his players. He didn't care about Kyron Lacey. He doesn't check up on his players. Even some of the assistant coaches have said this about him. He needed to go. He's terrible for football. And one more sell is I am selling the idea, and I know it's just talks right now, nothing's confirmed, but I am selling the idea of a college football playoff expansion.
Yeah, I
just saw another post about it.
12 is perfect.
I think every tournament is it, honestly, if another one's gonna get expanded, I think they expand like college hockey.
Because it's just 4, right?
16.
Oh, I only care
16
about the
teams.
4, the Frozen 4.
Frozen Four, yeah. Yeah, I don't think any tournament besides college hockey should be. College baseball is fine. The one that would hurt the most, because I guess you could get away with football. It'd be obnoxious. I'd hate it. But sure, you can get away with it. I'd hate it so much. But if you expand the college basketball tournament,
Yeah, I think what's that
that
say right
is
now? Not including the play-ins, it's what, 64?
64, not including the
I think
play-ins.
that's perfect.
Yeah,
Top 16 each bracket. I think that's perfect.
is it six? It's
16,
64,
sorry.
right?
Yeah, 64.
How
And then
how
there's
many
always a
play-in?
couple of play-in teams, so it's like ends up being I think like 72 or something like that.
I think you're right. Yeah, there's a first 4 games, so
Yeah. So
that adds
68 then.
another 8.
68. Well,
No,
because
because
four of
there's
those
6.
move on.
Huh?
4 of those 8 teams move on into the top 16 of each side. So
Yeah,
it's
so they make it 64.
yeah. So there's 68
So
total.
68. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well, let's move on to our final segment here of T3 Cut 5 of things fans will yell at games, whether it's in person, at their TV, or whatever it is. So, for those of you that don't know how it works, it's kind of like a blind tier list ranking, but instead of saying what order you think it should be, you're just saying if you're going to keep it or if you're going to cut it. And it's only 3 and 5. 3 keeps, 5 cuts. And Danny does not know what's coming next after what I say.
I love this segment to be a weekly segment along with the draft.
Yeah, I like that.
I think we alternate.
Alternate?
Yeah, like I'll come with the list next week.
Okay. Okay. First one. Let's go or come on. Like excited, let's go, come on. That type of thing.
Keeping it. I
Think
tell you
that's
what,
enough.
because I do that one often. I think that could
I mean,
maybe be the
it might be the most used.
it's definitely the most used. But I do think it is the best. It's simple, get straight
I
to the
mean,
point.
it's
Plays its
it's
role.
up there for sure.
Bounce
It plays
passes.
its role well. The next one we have is and one.
I'm cutting it.
It's a respectable cut. I mean, it's a great phrase, but it's so one sport. You can only use it for the one sport.
The one sport, it's just obnoxious because you do hear fans yelling it when there's not a foul too.
Yeah.
Someone will be straight
Yeah.
vertical and those and one any kind of contact.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
when
I'm
you do
cutting it.
get to say and one in a basketball game, it's a fun time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, our third one here is chanting MVP.
I'm cutting it because I think it's corny. Because like if you're screaming at Shohei, let's say, because he's the clear MVP, that's different. I'd be fine with that. But like when it comes to NBA, you got last night. There's people chanting Kate MVP, bro.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
not an MVP.
it gets to a point where if
Like
someone just has a good game, it's being overused a little bit.
yeah,
For all
yeah.
sport.
It used to be like, oh my god, this is like a this happened on a one night thing. He's kind of been like up there all year, and then he separated himself.
Right. Like when Cal was getting his MVP chance after his 60th home run, I think that was well deserved.
I think it's well deserved, but I'm not saying it's not close. But I do think it's well deserved. But there's some that are like close, and it's like,
Yeah.
why? Because
Right.
he's not at the front.
All right. Well, the next one we have here is just booing. Just booing, whether it's the umps, the refs, the fan, or the other team, your own team. Just booing in general.
This is so tough because like I like it, I really do. Booing it's the umps, or the refs, whatever. But to boo like an especially like a hated player or something, especially football, like
Well, now the team
you
runs
like
out onto the field to start the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
You go to a college basketball game, they do the whole starting lineup, especially at Michigan State. The way they do it is the best in college basketball. They have the fake newspapers of the other team, their lineup, and they scream, "Who cares? You suck." I think I'm gonna keep the booing. I'm in for the booing.
You only have one more keep remaining. The next one here, we have defense, like the whole defense chant.
I'm cutting that 100 times out of 100. That's not even a thought. I hate that one.
I've never been a fan of that one either, but it's a popular one.
I like screaming, screaming random stuff, but the whole like crowds like saying defense is kind of like if someone's bringing up the ball, it's not really throwing off anyone. If it's just loud in there screaming, hard to hear the play, hard to hear whatever it may be. I think that's better, but the defense chant is overrated.
All right, we have 3 remaining. The next one we have, what is he doing? This one's more so when you're sitting on your couch watching the game. What is he doing?
Still cutting it. I don't hate it. It's not a defense, but I don't hate it.
It's a smart cut, if you ask me, with the next 2 we got coming.
It's a business decision for sure.
Okay, so we have 2 more remaining. And these 2 are tough. These 2 are tough. If I was just looking at this list, I don't know which one of these 2 I would prefer. First one,
it's gonna be really tough for me.
Ball don't lie.
Man. So do I roll the dice and say the next one's better than this one? It's one of those games here. It's like
what do you think I could have coming up next?
I don't know. It could be anything. I love Ball Don't Lie. It works. It works.
All sports.
All sports, man. Basketball,
you can replace ball with puck.
Yeah, and everyone screams. It doesn't matter. I'm taking Ball Don't Lie. Because it's just the saying. It's not. You call it in hockey too. It's just the saying. It's the words.
Mm-hmm. All right. So just to recap here, we kept Let's Go, we cut and won, we cut MVP, we kept the booze, we cut defense, we cut What Is He Doing, we kept Ball Don't Lie, and we cut Refs Got Money on the game.
Yeah, I like it, but it's kind of it's corny, but it's sometimes it looks like it. It very well might be, but it doesn't. It's really not that close to
I
think
Ball Don't Lie is the best one on this list.
Yeah, I do too. I think Ball Don't Lie is a superstar. I think you need some minutes. You got to get that Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't get as much playing time.
You go with the Let's Go. No. I'm saying the Let's Go is the Draymond. I'm saying the Ball Don't Lie. It definitely doesn't get, but it shows up in the clutch. It's the Jalen Brunson. It's a really good list. It's a really good episode this week. We are gonna end it there. We have so many more topics to talk about that we just cannot get into, and we're spreading it out best we can. Trying to keep these at the max of 130, which we didn't do this week. If you guys like the longer, tell us. We did make this one on the Tuesday this week, because we would like to have these out ideally before Thursday Night Football, Tuesday's waivers. We get to talk about how our week just ended, fantasy football, upcoming fantasy football week. It's easier to have this out before the Thursday night game. I think that's our ideal schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Next week we got more food debates for you. We'll have another top 5 rankings. We'll have another keep 3, cut 5, and it'll be me asking Reese. We'll have more golf takes. Let us know if there is things you guys would like us to talk about more. We're always open to ideas. But as of right now, that's been really fun. Fun first 3 episodes. We will be titling this the craziest pick ever. And something is gotta give with this pick. There is no way we have our 102 being Butterfingers. It might make your top 5. It could make your top 5, man. It really could. But at the 102 is really a crazy selection.
Okay, maybe I should have gone with the Reese's just for the respect.
Respect. I mean, but even putting him at 2 is crazy. He might be top 5, and it's for some people it could be top 5. But and you don't know that he's not top 5 for me, and that's fine and that's fair. But to having him in the top 5 is almost crazy.
That's crazy right there.
No, I don't think
That
it is.
one's crazy.
I don't think it's not top 10. It's not top 5. So in our rankings, to have it 102 is crazy.
We'll let the viewers let us know.
With that being said, please vote on our weekly or our weekly draft, and then let us know what you think, or if any changes you would have had for the Keep 3 Cup 5. If you have any different thoughts on those, don't be afraid to leave comments. I'm not sure if you can on the Spotify. You can. Please do it. We love to answer stuff. And if you have things you want us to talk about on here, we'll talk about them. We have a lot to get into here. But with that being said, this week's episode is over, and we will talk to you guys next week. Reese,
peace out.
Have a good one.